Oh, look, Big Sarge is not wearing a Union General's uniform. Surprise, motherfuckers! Y'all thought I retired from making political rant videos? Nah. I'm gonna cut a video in my regular cities so that y'all know I haven't completely turned into a historical satire page since a couple hundred people fled the YouTubes after I started bashing the Confederacy in a hot-ass wool Union General's uniform. Like I'm some kind of one-trick pony that's here like a little fucking organ grinder for your amusement to just crank out political rant videos. Nope. And yeah, I'm fucking petty about it because I can be. Anyway, what's up, fam of Liberty, and also everyone else who's watching this video who isn't following our channel for some unknown reason, or if you left and decided to come check on me and see what I'm doing. I'm Admin Tim, founder of the Sons of Liberty, a social media organization that's been steadily enraging MAGA fuckface ass clowns and some liberals since 2015. Also, sometimes known as Big Sarge because I'm also a veteran of the United States Army. If you saw us out in the streets at a protest for the first time and or you're new to our channel, I know what you might be thinking by the name, so let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Fuck Donald Trump, fuck neo-Nazi illegal immigrant Elon Musk, fuck GOP politicians, fuck these limp dick Democrat politicians that ain't doing shit, and also fuck the billionaires. I mean the wealth hoarders who have their fucking boots on the neck of just about every American citizen. What? Neither this channel nor its comment sections are a safe space for bootlicking simps for a Russian asset, convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, wish.com, fascist oligarch, failed insurrectionist, wannabe authoritarian tyrant, or his sugar daddy, the world's biggest supervillain, thin-skinned, beta, bitch-made, cuck, man-child from South Africa who can't get an erection and had a complete body overhaul because he looks like shit and knew it, but wants to complain about gender-affirming care or whatever. Anyway, now you know where I stand on things. So if you're still here and you're not frantically rage typing into my comments box like a triggered snowflake who's ass mad about protesters, or maybe you're a liberal who's mad that Big Sarge followed through on educating people about the Civil War and wasn't talking about politics 24/7 like a fucking robot, then maybe consider following the channel after you watch the video and deciding whether or not you like the cut of my jib. Or don't. I'm still the same OG. First things first, tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel. Yes, I'm dating myself with that Batman reference. The Sons of Liberty live stream on both Facebook and YouTube, Taco Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. The Sons of Liberty will be talking with Kat Abu Ghazaleh, or Kat Abu as she's known on social media. Kat is a former religious conservative Republican. Her father's a Palestinian immigrant. Her mother is something like a 7th generation Texan. Holy shit. I say holy shit because I was stationed in Texas twice and I can't even imagine. I'm not even going to say no offense to Texans because... Anyway, Kat is running for Congress in Illinois' 9th District to unseat long-serving Democrat Jan Schakowsky. Whilst Jan seems to be progressive, Jan is pushing 80 years old, is also an establishment dim, and has some cognitive issues that might be there. Kat believes that it's time for Jan to step aside and let someone who actually represents the majority of Democratic Party voters, liberals, and progressives. If you don't know Kat, go follow her on all the socials. She's funny, she's smart, she's well-spoken. This past Saturday, thousands of members of the Fam of Liberty participated in protests across the world. That's right, the world. There were protests in major cities across the world, and because our organization is not just uniquely American, meaning there are American expats overseas and there are people following and participating from places like Ireland, the United Kingdom, the European Union, and Australia, I literally mean the world. Oh no, globalism! The Sons of Liberty, courtesy of our regional and state reps, mobilized the Fam of Liberty on our Discord and Signal groups, and no doubt some of you watching this video who are not on our Discord also went out there. Some of our people spoke at protests. Some of you filmed. Some of you took photos. Some of you shouted and carried a sign. Regardless of what level of participation you had, you went out there and joined millions of people across the world. So out of all the hot takes that I'm seeing from Republicans and disaffected snobby liberals who hold impossibly high standards that not even they can meet themselves, the most inexplicable and mystifying hot take that I've seen is, you didn't do shit, it doesn't matter. First of all, it does fucking matter. I saw with my own eyes some social media chatter from right-wing bootlickers who simp for the Third Reich. This one group that I saw was collectively filled with big-mouthed shit-talkers claiming that they couldn't wait to see protesters get beaten up or even shot. But the day before, suddenly their leader guy was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? This is their constitutional right. Calm down. Now, I'm not holding any illusions that Ricky Redneck suddenly had an altruistic change of heart or a visit from the popo, but I'm also not pretending that stranger shit hasn't happened. Y'all remember when, for a brief moment, the Reich wing was like, hell yeah, that billionaire got bodied, fuck the rich. Anyway, our protests matter. One of the most fundamental lies that Trumpism tells is about its popularity and the marginality of its opponents. Mass protests make that an absolute pile of bullshit. People from all over the country have been expressing despair and depression and anger and frustration about the state of our country, and for one day they got to see that they are not alone. We already see Trump supporters and social media engagement farmers spreading lies about paid protesters. You know how it fucking goes. George Soros bucks. So in my mind, that's probably one of the most reliable signs that you're having an impact. Straight up, if they do not even see you as enough of a threat to lie about you, that's when you haven't made a difference. I say this and know this from my firsthand experience, having been the subject of a tweet from Kaya Reichchick's, yes I said Reichchick, Libs of TikTok social media presence. You may know Kaya and Libs of TikTok from such gems as they're making the kids shit in litter boxes in schools, leading to a ban on furries of all fucking people. And my personal favorite, they're forcing your kid to have transgender surgery in school, which is fucking laughable to me and everybody else. Because as a kid in the 80s who was allegedly diagnosed with ADD, I had to take Ritalin several times a day. And there was this massively ridiculous procedure filled with paperwork just for the school nurse to give me a pill every few hours. And that was in the 80s, which was a wild time to be alive. What with all the cocaine and shoulder pads and women's clothes and hairspray and new wave post-punk synthesizer music. And y'all remember those laser backgrounds in your school photos? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, my point is, these people are mouth-breathing oxygen thieves. Don't listen to a goddamn word that these fools say. And if you're a so-called liberal or progressive or leftist or Democrat, what I call the American left, and you're following me whilst also saying that shit, go ahead and unfollow me like the people who are ass mad that I suddenly started talking about the Civil War despite warning y'all motherfuckers that it was coming for like weeks in advance. Because the only bullshit you're spewing about ineffectual protests is actually the kind of shit that we hear from people we see out there diminishing the impact of a worldwide single-day protest with very likely over 5.5 million people in attendance. The ones who haven't made a difference, that created a plan, pitched an idea, gathered a community, flipped a district, knocked on doors, run an op. None of that. It's the commentators who couldn't be bothered to even fucking show up. It's the ones who tell other people to get riled up and angry without knowing what it's like to get attacked by a major right-wing figure, or to have your life put on blast by an elected Republican, or to be blamed for things that you haven't done by the most hateful, ill-informed people in the country. It's the ones who mutter threats and talk about armed revolt from the safety of armchairs, you fucking armchair generals, removed from the action. You know, the very kind of people that we kick off our Discord for Fed posting, which jeopardizes our community. Look, I'm gonna be real with y'all, fam of liberty. I make rant videos shitting on Dems for not doing shit, or criticizing MAGA for sitting back and letting this happen and trying to own the libs, or shit-talking people with their heritage not hate who just didn't have the same foresight to do your research on the history of the Civil War and just swallowed the fucking lies that they were told in school. It's not that they're deliberately doing it, it's just that's what they were told. Anyway, even I know better than to try and proverbially rain on someone's proverbial parade or protest for no good goddamn reason other than trying to be edgy and cool, the bastard love child of Negative Nancy and Debbie Downer. For no motherfucking reason other than wanting to have something original to say, even if it's tone deaf and callous. Especially when these same slacktivists didn't go to the parade, or in this case, the protest. And like I said earlier, I get why the right wing does it. They need to tell themselves that we're all being paid by George Soros so that they can go back to jerking off to their fantasy of killing liberals for being uppity. But the people on the left that are saying it, you motherfuckers baffle me. What is your fucking problem? Like, oh, are you mad that people didn't say exactly what you wanted them to say? That we didn't put your one little pet cause above our own? Do you feel like everyone else should know how smart and cynical you are, you nihilist? Do you legitimately think that things don't matter, period, just because they don't matter to you and your hyper-refined, brilliantly sensitive, yet somehow empathy-disabled sensitivity? Have you considered just shutting the fuck up about it? Or is that too goddamn difficult? Look, if propaganda and mass gatherings of angry, politically motivated people didn't work, we wouldn't even be in this fucking situation. And what the fuck? Y'all are out there like, This isn't doing anything. We need to do something. But what the fuck have you done besides run your cock holster on the fucking internet? You want action, but you don't want to do the work yourself? You want people to embrace your cause, but you don't want to embrace anyone else's cause? You talk about MAGA towing the party line, and they're actually out there doing it and getting Trump allegedly reelected. So maybe you are the problem here, because the lowest common denominator in all of these equations is you. Protests are just the start. We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But if you don't want to stick together because your single issue and ideological purity is the only thing that matters, then you are fucking useless, and you are a fucking fool who nobody should ever listen to ever again. So get your fucking ass in fucking line and grow the fuck up. The world doesn't revolve around you. I quoted a song lyric about a minute and a half ago, and here's the rest of it. We're going to do what they said can't be done. So for all you American left out there bitching and moaning, we didn't get civil rights without protests. Women didn't get the right to vote without suffragettes taking to the streets. Shout out to 21st century suffragettes. Veterans of World War I didn't get their military bonuses without setting up a camp in DC and getting attacked by the military. Now, these motherfuckers are trying to take voting rights away, trying to erase trans people, trying to erase gay people. Hell, there are some motherfuckers out there wanting to take away interracial marriage. And for all the people who didn't go out and protest, there are a lot of protests planned for the next couple of months. I've seen tax day protests. I've seen chatter about protests in late April and May. I've seen a veterans protest planned for D-Day, June 6th. And I get that not everyone can sustain the energy or has the funds to protest at each of these events. I feel that in my soul. But next time you do go out and protest, however many people you had come with you to this last protest, double it. Let's make it 10 million across the world. The resistance starts with us. You want to know how you can get involved in the Sons of Liberty resistance movement? We've organized Sons of Liberty chapters by region and by state all across the country and the world. Please don't ask me in the comment sections if we have a chapter in such and such state or such and such region. Get on Discord. Rule number 1 of Sons of Liberty Fight Club is that we don't talk about Sons of Liberty Fight Club. I have a whole ass video on a subject called Opsec, or Operation Security, and if that is a foreign concept to you, then I suggest that you watch that video. Opsec is essentially the practice of denying information to your opposition, whoever or whatever that may be. I promote the Sons of Liberty Discord server in every non-Confederate Heritage Month video that I do, because that's where the Fam of Liberty is based. That way, conservative social media tech oligarchs like Mark Zuckerberg and Shadow President Elon Mussolini can't mute or censor our content like they did Heather Richardson Cox. Discord is not just a platform for gamers or a chat platform. Whilst we do have off-topic channels and sections for gamers, we also have region sections with helpful resources for those regions. In those spaces, you can organize with local Fam of Liberty. You can learn about practical things such as self-defense courses and firearms instructors who are local to you and who are left-leaning. You can learn about home defense, home security, participating in firearms discussions with subject matter experts if you feel the need to exercise your Second Amendment rights. Learn about growing your own food in victory gardens, canning and drying and preserving that food, figuring out your shit hits the fan contingency plans if the fucking balloon goes up, build first aid kits, bug out bags, link up with Fam of Liberty members who can assist you with going camping across state lines if you suddenly feel the need to go camping because, some shit. Anyway, we're not talking about camping. You fucking know that. For those of you who don't see our social media posts or videos, even though you follow us, on Discord, you can get updates from our social media conveniently located in one single channel. It does make our Discord ping heavy thanks to the webhooks that we use to integrate our various social media notifications, but you can disable those in the channel appropriately named ping roll. If you are having trouble with Discord, I have an outdated but still relevant video on how to use the Sons of Liberty Discord server. You can watch that video if you're having trouble getting on Discord, and eventually I will get around to finding time to write a whole new how to use the Sons of Liberty Discord YouTube tutorial. The invite link to our Discord server is in the Throatpunch at the end of this video and all of our other videos. That invite link is also in the YouTube video description and in the YouTube and TikTok channel descriptions. If you like the shirts or the hoodie that I wear in my videos, some of them, but not all of them, are available in the Sons of Liberty merch store, provided that I don't get taken down again for content violations for making billionaires afraid again or free Luigi shirts. The merch store is listed in the link tree in our YouTube and TikTok channel description. It's listed in the YouTube and Facebook video descriptions. New merch goes up all the time, and a lot of the designs and merch get added specifically because you request them in our comment sections. I've got a handful of designs hitting the store this week. I should have brand new flags in my hand today or tomorrow. And for all of you people watching my Confederate heritage videos, we've got this crowdfunding campaign with a unique, one-of-a-kind t-shirt coming that you can't get anywhere else except through that campaign. Now, since all of us protesters are getting paid by George Soros, I'm here to ask you once again for your financial support. Go on and use your Soros bucks and get yourself some Sons of Liberty swag. Maybe I'm just kidding, maybe I'm not, I don't know. If you like our video content, we have a whole social media presence elsewhere. So we would appreciate it very much if you would follow us on all of our other socials, whichever ones that you've got. The various socials that we have are listed in the Throatpunch at the end of our videos and in the link tree, which again can be found on the channel description. On YouTube and TikTok, we would also appreciate it if you would subscribe, like, and get notifications on our channel. It's a little bit of a different process on TikTok, but if you're still on TikTok for some reason, then you already know that. You can help us extend our reach by sharing our video content on all of your socials. You can go find the relevant Sons of Liberty account on that platform and share the content, including this video, because it's probably linked there already. You can help us beat the algorithm by leaving us at least 7 words in the comment sections. 7 words is a Deftones reference, it's a George Carlin reference, and it's also the magic number that the algorithm needs in order to decide that your content is more meaningful than a drive-by whatever. And so therefore it suggests our videos and our channel to people who watch the same things that you watch. That algorithm works on most other social media platforms, so be cognizant of that on places where you support your favorite content creators. On that note, if you have watched my video all the way to the end and literally nothing that I've ranted about has outraged you to curse me out in the comments or galvanized your mental faculties to parse words for a comment, but you still want to help us beat the algorithm because you're a bro or a cis or a B, whatever the equivalent is, I don't even know. We should probably work on that and make something up for that. Like, I don't know. Anyway, the phrase, I made it to the end, Big Sarge, is actually 8 words. So if you can't think of anything else to say, despite all of my enraging, thought-provoking, inflammatory commentary, then that is a suggestion for you. 2 claps and a Rick. Join or die. 1 team, 1 fight. Woo!
And now it's time for the Throatpunch!
Sometimes I say the first random ass thing that comes to mind when I'm doing these videos, and sometimes I talk shit just to maybe get a chuckle or a smile, but the one thing that I don't do is, I got nothing. I'll probably try anything once and then once again just to make sure. If you like our video content, we have a whole ass social media presidents, what the fuck? Unprecedented. A couple hundred people following the Sons of Liberty on YouTube straight up rage quit the channel when your boy Big Sarge showed up in a Union General's uniform like I suddenly changed gears, like I'm only allowed to talk about politics. Wait until I post behind the scenes screenshots of my porn videos. Like, how do you think I'm over here working 70 hours a week and only selling t-shirts to liberals and going to George Soros funded protests to make ends meet? Actually, let's not use that. You know what? Nah, fuck it. That's going in the outtakes.